Hello students, today we are going to see this topic IO operators. Okay, so IO operators means the symbols that are used to give input and output to the program. Okay, so here you can see that first of all we'll see input operators. So input operators means the operators that are used to get input from the user. So C++ provides input operators like two greater than symbols, okay, to get input. So it extracts the value from the keyboard and assigns to the variable to its right. Okay, so to its right mean next to the operator. Okay, hence it is called as stream extraction or get from operator. Okay, so this is the operator that is used to get information or extract information uh, from the keyboard or from the extraction screen. Okay, so it's a binary operator, that is it requires two operators two operands. The first operand is a predefined identifier C in, pronounced as C in. This that indicates a keyboard as a input device. The second operand must be a variable. So C in operator and uh, variable name. Okay, so C in greater than variable. Okay, so this is the example that is given here. So C in greater than num is a variable. So the C in is a predefined object. So that is a keyword. Computer, when the compiler or the computer executes this line, when seeing that C in, it will understand that we should get input from the user. Okay, so it will be waiting after seeing this expression. The computer will be waiting for the input from the user. Okay, so and this is the second example is that we are getting two variables at the same time. Okay, so the first example, C in greater than symbol, num, which is only one variable is used, but in the next variable, but in the next instruction you can see that multiple uh, multiple inputs will be received from the user by using this two functions. Okay, so next is output operator, the opposite. Okay, the exact opposite of this operator is the input operator is the output operator. So two less than symbols, okay, two less than symbols are used here, and the objects that are used here is C out. So C out less than symbol and the variable or any text. Okay, so we'll see the example here. So here you can see that C out less than symbol with and double quotes. Inside double quotes you can see that welcome. So this is this is the output statement, and it prints the exact word that is given inside the double quotes. Okay, so this is one type. And the next one, C out less than symbol, the sum is equal to the variable. Okay, so here two types of output strings or output data is used here. So one is the text, the sum is equal to, and the variable sum is a variable name. The value of that sum will be given as an output. Okay, so this is one type, and the next type is they are doing some calculation in the output output instruction itself. Okay, so here you can see that the area is given here, and see here 3.14 into r. Okay, so this is a calculation is done here, and the calculation output value will be printed there in their respective area. Okay, so next is you can see that uh, they are completely doing some calculation work is a plus b, and the result only will be printed at the respective statement. Okay, so next is cascading of IO operators, which means that you can combine any kind of information like uh, C out is equal to printing. Okay, so printing a text and as well as printing a variable a value, and you can see that cascading input operator. Okay, multiple variables will be used to get value from the user. So the first input that is provided here you can see that enter two numbers, so 5 and the 6. Okay, so the 5 variable is the first input, so it will be stored in the first variable, and 6 is the second input, and the second input is stored in the second variable. So that's what they are trying to say here. So next is a simple example program. So the this is a simple example program. The first line, uh, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 up to 8, you can see there are numbers at the left side of the program. So which means that this is the number of lines. Okay, this is the number of lines that is written in this program. So to indicate the mm, line, okay, to identify the line, they have given the numbers here. Okay, so if you want to if you have any doubt in the line 7, then you can indicate it by line 7. Okay, so that's what it's used here. So we'll see one by one. Okay, the first line number 1 is a command, which means that the system will not execute that line. So that is completely for our understanding. Okay, so next is line 2, hash include IO stream. Okay, so which means that we are importing or including or adding the library functions. So IO stream is a predefined header file. So this file will be used to uh, use the keyword like C in, C out, and that kind of predefined words or predefined functions can be used by using this iostream.com iostream header file. So next is using a namespace std. So this is completely uh, namespace is a set of rules, so or set of space that is uh, so here you can see that the line using namespace std tells the compiler to use standard namespace. Namespace collects identifier used for class objects and variables. Namespace provide a method of providing name confusion conflict in the large project. Uh, it is a new concept introduced by ANSI C++ standard standard committees. Okay, so why we are using this statement namespace? Okay, namespace meaning it will provide a list of so here you can see that you can use it using namespace std. So this statement will help you to identify the uh, list of variable names, list of function names, everything. Okay, so in a very large project, you'll be having so many number of variables and so many numbers of functions. Okay, to identify these functions, there will be a list of variables. Okay, so if you are using the same variable name or same function name, then this namespace will tell you that you are using two variable name, same, which is same and in different areas. Okay, so and it will also tell you what variable is the which variable is declared in which place, and you can resolve the errors. Okay, so next is main function. So this is the main this is the main function of the program, and here you can see that the compiler will get only see only this main function, so that the execution starts here at the main function. Okay, so the int is a data type, which means that this function will be started by using this integer data type. Okay, so now next line is this the main function. Here you can see that 5 to 8 is the line 5 to 8 is the main function, and this main function will execute all these 4 lines. Okay, and it is denoted by a block of statement. Okay, with brackets, and here you can see that it also uses cout. Okay, cout is a uh, output operator, and here you can see that a double uh, less than symbol is used here. Welcome to programming in C++. So this will be printed at the screen, and after that return 0. Okay, since we are using int as a variable to the main function, you should return this 0. Okay, so if you don't want this instruction, then you can use this void main means no return statement is required. Okay, void meaning the program returns nothing. Okay, so that is void. So execution of C++ program. So here you can see that first of all we are creating a program, which means that source code. So creation of the program is known as source code. So after creating the program, you will be saving the program as any file name .cpp. So after that, compiling means the compiler is a software that checks all the instruction are under the syntax rules. Okay, so if you have any errors, it will if you did any mistakes grammatically in the program, then this compiler will denote you. Okay, to correct it. So when the correction is over, then it will convert the source code into a machine code. Okay, so into machine understandable code, then the machine understandable code will be executed by the computer. Okay, so the C++, other programming languages like Java, Python are known as high level language. Okay, which means that computer cannot able to understand the programming codes. Okay, so a translator or used here. So this translator is known as compiler. So this translator will convert this high level language to machine level language. So C++ development environment. So IDE. Okay, so here comes the word IDE. So IDE means integrated development environment. So this is a software. Okay, so the complete software that is used to develop big projects in C++. Okay, So here they have given some list of IDEs and compilers, which is open source. Open source means you can just download it and so install it in your computer to execute it. Okay. So next is working with in this book we are going to see only this div C++. So how to install this DC plus and how to work with div C++ is given here. So we'll see one by one. First of all, we have to double click on the software. uh, mm, you have to download it from this site. Okay, so this is the website that releases div C++. So this div C++ can be downloaded and installed into your computer. So when you double click on the icon that is present in the desktop, the screen will be displayed to you, and you have to click on the file, new source code, or press Ctrl N to create a new program, and then you have to start typing the program and save it as any file name .cpp by pressing Ctrl S or file save. Okay, so after saving that, you have to compile by using compile button. So this will be available in the toolbar. So here you can see that. So in the top of the top of the row, you can see a compiler option. So execute, or you can do by execute, compile, or you can run by pressing F11 key. Okay. So when you do this, the compiler will start to check all your program lines. Okay. So after a successful compilation, you can execute by pressing execute run. Okay. So this will run the code. Okay, so this will run the code and tell you the output. Okay, that welcome to C++ programming. Okay, so next is types of errors. So there are three types of errors that arises when you are creating a program. So that is syntax error, schematic error, and runtime error. Syntax error means there will be a set of rules to do some programming. Okay, if you are not following the rules, then it will display the error. So that is known as syntax error. Schematic error means logical error. Okay, so if you are doing some logical error like dividing some lower number with a higher number, or 0 divided by 0, so this kind of logical errors is known as schematic error. Next is runtime error, the error that arises when the execution of the program is going on. Okay, so it may be any error because of the user entering wrong code, or this kind of errors is known as runtime error. So this compiler will compile and tell you the program is has no errors, but when running the program or executing the program, due to some um, change in the input, or mistake in the input, can be denoted as runtime error. Okay, so with this we are finishing the chapter 9 here. So we'll see some hands-on exercise and book back exercise, and after that we'll start the new part here. Okay, part 2, which is data types, variables, and expression. Thank you, students.